Hello, I'm George Bridges, former judge here in Lake County, and I'm here to make the case for the re-election of Michael Nerheim. I've watched Michael Nerheim in his last term, and what I can tell you as a former law enforcement officer, I was the chief of police here in the city of Waukegan, and I was in law enforcement for more than 20 years. I sat in the bench here in Lake County for 20 years, and what I've seen from Mr. Nerheim is he's a man of integrity. He is a man who has decided to make a difference for all of us who live here in Lake County. And I'm committed to Mr. Nerheim because I see his commitment to our community. I think he's done an outstanding job. He took on some very difficult cases for review, and he reviewed them, and I believe he made the right decision. His commitment to bringing integrity to the office, I think, has been fulfilled by his efforts within the community to look at these cases and to give them a top to bottom review and to determine those that there might have been a miscarriage of justice. And I think he's done a very good job. I've heard defense attorneys that say they now believe that they can get a fair shot, that they can get those cases reviewed with an eye to looking to see if, in fact, there's a situation where they should be given a new trial, and Mike has done that. And these are very difficult cases because we've had as you know, a jury, of their peers who had found these individuals guilty, and Mike reviewed the case and thought the evidence might have suggested something else, and he took a very difficult position and I think made the right decision. When we look at the cases that Mike has reviewed, the difficulty in the past is that there was an argument that the state's attorney's office wasn't interested in reviewing new evidence. And what I can tell you is that Mr. Nerheim has come in, and when new evidence surface, either conflicting witness statements or new DNA or other types of evidence that comes forward, he looks at that evidence, he scrutinizes that evidence, and then he decides whether or not it warrants a new trial. And that is the promise and the commitment that he made when he was running last time, and that's what he's done. So when new evidence shows up and witness statements change, Mike has the courage to look at that evidence and to do the right thing. I think you should have a case review, and I think most of the state's attorneys in at least in Illinois, have all jumped on the bandwagon. Mike was one of the first to talk about that, and they've all decided that they need to have a case review to review these old cases, just in case there was this miscarriage of justice, because we're interested in justice, and that's what Mike is committed to. So he's been able to come into court, and he's appeared in front of me on a number of occasions, and you can tell that Mike is prepared, and his office is prepared not just for convictions, but to seek justice. Most voters are really unaware of what Mike Nerheim is doing in Lake County because they're not involved in a criminal justice system. And so it's important that the voters know that Mike is, even though this is his first term, that he's committed to making Lake County a safer community. And so they probably still won't know about the arrest and convictions, but they should rest assured that he thinks about them and is concerned about them, and he has a number of programs that he has instituted to try and make Lake County a better place to live. Well, having been in law enforcement for a number of years, you learn when you're in law enforcement that the strongest message is to be strong against crime. And the Way Out program is where you have a leader who looks at the program and realizes we cannot incarcerate our drug problem away in this nation, that we must have alternatives to the dealing with this drug epidemic that we're dealing with in America. And so the Way Out program is another initiative of Mike Nerheim, where It gives those who are addicted, and we have a number of people in our community who are addicted to substances, from marijuana to cocaine and even heroin. And this gives them an opportunity to go to a law enforcement agency, and I believe there are now 7 agencies involved in this program, and they can go there and seek help. Before, the only time they could seek help was after they were arrested. And then they would be in our system, clogging up our jails, waiting for treatment. This gives them an opportunity to search out one of those police departments, go there and have no fear of being arrested and say, I need help, and to be fast-tracked into a treatment program to get them the help. So this is going to be a tremendous opportunity for those people who need help, because we have so many people in our community who have this insatiable desire for drugs, particularly today heroin, that is taking the lives of a lot of young people. And now they have a way out. Diversity, as you know, is a hot-button issue in our nation, and it remains so here in Lake County. It's important that the constituents, the voters, believe that the office is not just a male-dominated office, that it's an office that runs the gamut as far as the diversity. In other words, it is staffed with qualified men and women. It is staffed with various ethnic groups, African American and Asians and Latinos. And so diversity is always important, because when people go to his office, they want to believe that he will hear them and that those people who are in office mirror the community and represent the community. And Mike has made some inroads in making sure that his office reflects the community. I think his track record shows that he is a proven leader, he is a proven law enforcement officer, he's a proven prosecutor, and I wouldn't change anything. So the only advice I have is to continue doing what you have been doing to make Lake County a better place. He wants to make sure that those individuals are given an opportunity who may make a mistake and pick up a criminal case. He gives them the opportunity to wipe that off of their record. So he's not just about putting people away. He's about changing people's lives. And that is the reason why I believe Mr. Nerheim should be reelected, and to continue the progress that he has made here in Lake County in the state's attorney's office.